Hey guys. Okay, so about the monarch butterflies. The monarch butterfly, the milkweed, and the life cycle that me and the entity Teresa tried to recreate in St. Lucian. This is what happened. I woke up in the morning. As I woke up, all the kids were screaming and yelling at me because the butterfly hatched out of the chrysalis that now what's her name? Teresa made a chrysalis, a caterpillar, a butterfly. Okay, the whole process. And the butterfly, yeah, so I got that. So in the morning, the chrysalis hatched and the kids watched it. Kids that were watching said it opened its wings, it dried, it filled its wings, and it dried. It was starting to move around and fly and like starting to get going. And just as it started getting going, flying around, it dropped dead. Then the caterpillar dropped dead. Then all 8 or 4 or whatever she made, I think she made like 8, 4 more, that'll be 6. They all died. The male and the female I made died. The only thing that lived was the milkweed plant, and it still lives today. It's like 2 days later. So after that, I'm all bummed out. So Christ, he gave me one of the butterflies later on, and I laid down and I took it and I juiced it up again so it shimmered. So I know I can make it shimmer. That's what you gotta do. You gotta inform it until it shimmers. And so I made it shimmer and I informed it. It came alive again, and he put it back in the cage, and then later it died. So we went to, and Teresa even tried it. And her attempt outside of me, she left me and went and tried it. Now they're telling me this, and she tried it, reviving them and putting the life back into it, and they died. So we're trying to figure out, me, Teresa, and Christ. We're trying to figure out what is causing them to die, and so we came across a few things. One, it was something to do with me, but that's not real because she had hers die. Christ said it was St. Lucian, the city of St. Lucian. I don't know why he said that, but he said maybe it's because St. Lucian. It's in the city. Not like in the city, but it's in the city. And so, Teresa couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. Like I could figure it out, right? Christ couldn't figure it out. So he said, well, I'm going to go take him, and I'm going to take him to the lab or whatever, and have them scan the butterflies to find out if we can find out what caused them to die. I guess they got microscopes and they can scan, like an X-ray scan and everything. So Christ, he took them away to get them X-rayed and scanned to find out what would have caused them to die. And then the next day, I forgot what the hell he said after that. And I can't remember, I'm sorry, what happened after the scan. I don't think anything much happened I already remembered because the next event pretty much sums it up. I think they got no results from the scans of why these creatures died when they should have lived. Meanwhile, the milkweed's still alive, okay? So, he took me out of Christendom and put me in zero, okay? He took me out of Christianity world and put me in zero. And he goes, I'm taking you to zero. And I go, isn't that kind of bad? And I think the reason he took me out of zero was because I was making kids potato chips and pizzas and pop and fucking beer and everything else. And I was gathering a lot of people around me. And so he took me out of there and decided he was going to take me somewhere else. But he decided to take me to zero. So I'm in zero now. And I go, I thought I wasn't supposed to go to 0. And he goes, we're still in Christianity, which I didn't know. Well, here's a new one. I've been in this shit for 7 years, and all I knew there was 0, and there was Christian bubble and 0 bubble. Like you can live in 0 or you can live in Christianity. So he takes me to 0, which didn't really change much, but I was still in Christian. I guess there's Christians in 0 too. So here I am in 0, and we both made new butterflies, but we took the life cycle out of it. We took the life cycle. We just wanted to make the butterfly alive and fly around. That's it. We didn't want it to. So we think maybe it was because of the programming, okay? Because we wanted it to go to the flowers, lay eggs, caterpillar, the whole life cycle. We figured, fuck, maybe that's just too much. All right? So we just wanted to create the butterfly and give it life so it would fly around and keep flying. So this is what we did. I made a butterfly. Teresa made a butterfly in 0 space to rule out Christians, to rule out St. Lucian bubble. I call them bubbles, places. Okay, if you're in blackness of space, there's a bubble, and it's a town. You go in the bubble, as far as your eyes can see, there's malls and shopping malls and billions of people. You get out of the bubble, that's the way it works. That's the way I see it. Real simple put. But anyway, so we go inside 0, we make butterflies. They're both living. Chris has got them. Nice place, all safe and everything. And they both died. And we never gave them a life cycle. So Christ is thinking, I'm thinking, Teresa's thinking. Teresa's like freaking out because she's done this before and the shit has lived. Like her stuff has lived. And she can understand why. So now they're thinking that maybe it's me. And I'm like, well, hers died too, right? But then she's working within me also, healing my skins and stuff. She's doing a goddamn good job too. I'm awake right now. I don't hear nothing. Not even. I don't hear nothing. That's pretty good. So whatever she's doing, she's healing my skins up pretty good. I go to sleep. I open up and I'm with Christ. I wake up in the morning. I close up. Don't hear nothing. That's pretty good. Now I got something else to say about that. Now I discovered also that night that there was another voice down here where my belly button, just under my rib cage, and it's talking to Christ all the time. What Christ did was, I didn't know it, when my little innocence left, my little innocence being he grew up and split, right? He's still out there hanging around with everybody. And he split. Well, Christ couldn't hear anymore what was going on, all right, inside me. So he took, I don't know what it was, but I heard his voice and it was driving me fucking nuts. I couldn't sleep. So I pulled it out. I reached out, I took my spirit hands, reached in and pulled it out, and it was a little wire clip on my skins or something like that. It was a little wire clip, and it was going yelling and screaming. So Christ took some kind of life, some kind of voice box thing, I don't know what it was, stuck it on this clip and put it inside me, and it reports to Christ everything that's going on inside. Now either Christ did it or Teresa did it. That's why I unclipped it and I'm going, what the hell is this? I'm holding it in my hand. All this is like a ball of energy, and it's going, and it's fucking yelling. So I go, I fucking tossed it because I don't want to hear it. And, oh Christ, the kids started screaming, Christ, Richard took out your little gizmo or whatever. And he came running, grabbed it, stuck it back in, fixed it and stuck it back in because it was driving me nuts. And I'm like, why you got this in me, right? And he goes, because I need to hear what's going on. I go, why don't you tell me? And he goes, well, if you don't know, maybe it won't affect you. But I guess it did. And I'm like, you think? It sounds like a hen house. I'm like, come on, you're killing me here. So think they stuck it back in. I don't know. I can't tell right now. But anyway, I hope not. So the next day, we decided, I'm thinking, what the hell is wrong with me? Because I want to do this. So I came up with a couple of conclusions. One, Christ is bullshitting me about the butterflies dying and everything for certain reasons. I don't know. He's bullshitting me to get me to stop making these things. That don't feel good. When I think about it and I feel it, it's broken. So I don't think that's the truth. Second, that's one thing I thought of. We decided, I remember making the pond and the tree out in no man's land of the skin that you walk on. Okay, Earth has skins, huge fucking ass skins. Okay, all the way down to the core or wherever in the spirit world, it has skins, hundreds and hundreds of skins. The Earth does, and they're pliable. They're like pliable. You can tear off a piece and make stuff out of it and bend it and shit. You can talk into it and you sound like a god, a raging god from the sky. You can take harmonics and put it into skins. Let's say you can take music and put it into skins. You know them sounds out there, the trumpets you hear? You know them trumpet sounds you hear in the sky? You put energies into these skins, and it's basically, you're creating noise. That's what they do in the spirit world. And it sounds the exact same as what you hear outside. I'm just saying, what's going on outside in the sky with the trumpet sounds could be totally different. But I know for goddamn sure, walking around on these things, I have seen Christ plug in his fucking microphone, more or less, into the skin and talk into the skin. And it vibrates, the whole skin vibrates, and he sounds like Godzilla coming. And all he's doing is going, "Richard, go to sleep, you stupid son of a bitch." My wife can do it. She just talks into the skins, puts her hands in there, voices into the skins, and it sounds like she's a deity from hell. Alright? I know it. She told me. That's what we do. That's why you get, when Christ does that, and you hear Christ talking, "Richard," you're walking down the street, "Richard, don't go across the road, road." That's all he's doing. You think he's some big, giant, huge god, but it's like Bob that died 10 years ago, and he knows how to do all this in the spirit world. It's just Christ doing his thing with all the tools he's got. So there you go. So, same with the harmonic things that are going, I think, anyway. Why not? Plus, there's ETs, there's aliens, dimensional beings, they're all out there, they're all doing this shit, they're all fucking with your head. Who knows? But I know Christ doesn't. So why can't any other beings do it? Right? So, I decided, with all that knowledge, I go, well, they fucking do all that. Why not take a piece of this skin of the earth that we're walking on right now, stick it in a butterfly, and I told Teresa to do this. I'll put it in a butterfly and see what happens. And I go, because I've seen demons flying around my fucking head, and it's clear. The demon is clear, with a little bit of color. But inside the middle of the bubble of the demon, looks like a cross of bones, okay? And I'm like, what are these fucking bone things? And basically, inside the demon, you take like bone energy and you twist it and you make it really solid, okay? You take, for like demon people, Satanists and wackos like that, you take the little bones out of the ground, you do some blood shit and some fire shit, and you take these little bones in the spirit world, you take the energy of that and you go, eh, and then you inform it and you let it go, and it's going, and it flies around doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm like, why can't we do that with the butterfly? And he fucking Jesus, he's playing me. I know he is. He wants me to learn. But he already knows all this. I know he does. Oh, he does. So, I So I asked Teresa, well, why don't you take a little piece of that stuff? And I don't know if she's in on it with Jesus. Probably is. But anyway, I told her to take a little piece of that, make a butterfly, put it in there like a life force thing. I go, you make a fucking demon, put it in a butterfly, do something good with it, right? So she did. And all it did was go crazy. But it worked. It just kept going crazy. So I said, well, how about this? Later on, I tried this. And me and Teresa both did it. I go, take a piece of my ethereal skins. I go, I'm ripping them up every day. Take a little microscopic piece of my skins with your tools off my wherever, my body skins. Take 2 little pieces, put them in butterflies, and we'll program them. You do one, I'll do one. She said, okay. So we did that. I did mine. And she did hers. We gave them to Christ. He put them in a cage or whatever. And they both doing pretty good. But then they both went crazy and died. So there you go. I don't know what else to do to keep a butterfly a butterfly. The best thing we had was when I programmed it. And so it's like I spend a lot of time laying and fucking meditating trying to make these butterflies when I could be making trains, something else I like when I get there. Cool stuff. So I think, well, am I gonna keep doing this? Are they screwing with me, right? Everything dies. They don't want me. They want me to create, but they don't want me to make, because they know if I make a butterfly and it lives, I'm doing birds. I did a bird. It died. It lived and it died. But everybody was freaking. I made a goldfinch, a male goldfinch, which is yellow and black wings. And they loved it. They went fucking nuts. The kids went nuts. And I go, yeah, I'll wait till I make a fucking stellar sea eagle. Right? But I don't know. Anyway. So I haven't made anything else since then. I'm kind of bummed out. Everything I try fails. Not that I'm not like, but then I remember when I was when I was dead before I was born. I remember I was in heaven, and I go out in the woods. They're fucking. You got the mist on the pond. You got dragonflies flying around. You got the frogs. You got turtles. You got little muskrat things running around. You got worms in the earth. You got the smell. You got the essence. The whole feel. You're like, God, it's good to be alive, man. I'm fishing. That's what I used to do when I was dead. I know they got it. Now, are we on the wrong level? Should we be down on the lower level? Like we're at 3 or 4, and there's 9 levels up. Do we gotta be closer to the earth? What am I missing, right? Christ is trying to figure it out. Teresa's trying to figure it out. I think she's. Matter of fact, I know they're both bullshitting. There's something going on they're not telling me. I know they're bullshit. Or maybe I can't create life yet. But they know what they know. What I'm trying to say is they know what's wrong. And they're just sitting back laughing. Keep trying, Rich. Keep trying. You'll figure it out. Well, I'm like, dude, I could be making fucking trains, locomotives, cars. If I lay here for 2 hours, programming a fucking butterfly, trying to make it work, and you're screwing with me, I ain't doing it anymore. If you know the answer, give it to me. Don't fucking fuck around, okay? Just tell me. You ain't gonna give it to me, I don't know. Fuck it. I'll make trains. For when I'm dead, I can go there and play with them. Alright? I know I can make them here. So why not do it? When I'm in my spare time, when I'm doing nothing, watching a hockey game, make a couple trains, right? And I know they're screwing with me because they're fucking with me. There's no way Christ don't know how to make shit. I'm like, come on, man. You got a whole... in my dream space, when you show me St. Lucian, I'm walking down the fucking road. There's dogs, there's lakes, there's seagulls, there's fucking sharks in the water that can abuse you. I thought that was funny. So I know they're fucking with me. It's just the same, man. You get the heat from the sun. You get cool breeze off the lake. All that stuff is going on. It's all set up. Everything tastes the same. So I know they're screwing with me. And they go, I remember Teresa, I go, how about you use the skins off the skins, my ethereal skins, take a little piece. And she goes, Jesus, he's thinking. And that gave it away right there. Teresa, as soon as I said that to Teresa, I go, how about you use the skins from me? And as soon as she goes, oh, that's interesting. And she yells to Christ, Richard's thinking. He's thinking. And I'm like, and I noted that. I'm like, why would she say that, right? Unless they had another fucking agenda. And I could feel it. So they want me to learn. But I ain't gonna lay here and fucking screw around. Right? So I don't know. I asked to receive. Haven't got an answer yet. If I ever get an answer, I'll let you know. If I ever can do this. I don't even know if I want to do it. Because, I mean, I want to. I don't know all the rules. You know what I'm saying? So, that's that. Last night, I woke up in the middle of the night. And I'm laying there on my bed. And I wake up and I look. Christ is sitting there with a bunch of kids and another Christ. And Christ is telling them ghost stories. He's telling them scary stories of his. Christ is telling them scary stories of when he was on the earth, living on the earth. And I actually heard him say, "Oh, I remember. He goes, right before I died, I got to see on the TV." He goes, Wayne Gretzky get his 2,000th goal or 4,000th point. I don't even know what grade Wayne Gretzky did. He's a hockey player. He was like the best hockey player in the fucking world. And he got to see, he beat the last guy's score. And Christ got to see that before he died. And he said he died in 1934. So he's been dead since 1934. And he was 94 years old, he said. Something like that. 98, 94. When he died. But that's not true either, right? So I don't know what the fuck that's about. But anyway, he said he got to see. He couldn't have died in 34. Because then he never. So maybe I'm missing something. But anyway, he said he got to see Wayne Gretzky get his goal, his beat the last guy's point, made history, and he said that was happy, that was good for him. So I don't know, pretty interesting stuff. But I'm laying there, just sitting around a campfire, and we're in zero space, and I wake up. I'm watching these guys at campfire, and all of a sudden I wake up, and my wife, she's laying there beside me. And I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? And I'm leaning my head's against a tree. And they're all telling ghost stories sitting around the fire out in the middle of zero. It was pretty cool. Which zero? It was like farmland. Like they were at a farm in the backyard. And they had a campfire going. They were sitting around. And I looked in the sky. Stars in the sky. Who would have thought? Can't make a fucking butterfly, but they're stars. You know what I'm saying? They're screwing with me. So I don't know if they stop screwing with me. We'll find out. But nevertheless, I just thought I'd tell you this. So I caught them screwing with me. Everything I made died except the plants. So maybe someone in St. Lucian doesn't want monarch butterflies I created flying around. So they're using it nice and softly and saying, Rich, they died. Or I can't make them and they just keep dying. And I got to find a way to make them live because they want me to learn. I think that's what it is. And I'd rather be making other things like guitars, whatever. Trains, guitars, cars. Than making butterflies and they fucking drop dead. Why spend all that time, right? Yeah, it was fun. I learned a lot. I gave it to you guys. I can't give you my whole experience, my visions, and my experience in talking to Christ, but I can tell you, this is what happened. I'm not lying. Yeah. Anyway, decided to make that video of the last bunch of events. And I'm getting better, I guess. Healing up good. Hope it stays good. But anyway, until the next video. Later, guys.